What's up with y'all, boy? We back. You know what I'm saying? It's probably been about a week since I've been on the charts. And I'll say, it ain't my fault. 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 So I'm gonna get right into that, John. See, we passed the 50K prop challenge on my birthday, May 22nd. And the Express Funded got opened on the 27th. But I wasn't able to trade on this account until today because Top Step is having an issue with creating TradeAvate accounts. Because my shit is through TradeAvate. So they had issues creating TradeAvate accounts. So that made me wait like a week. And today was my first day actually being able to get into the markets and actually place a trade. And we went positive. We was plus 300, 366. Took two trades. We're gonna go over those two trades today. Show y'all boy what I've been looking at, what I've been thinking, what I've been thinking. So we already got the charts replayed. We already got the charts replayed at 6 from when I woke up this morning. So this was the time I kind of woke up, and I usually start off on a 1 hour time frame. I usually throw everything on there and see what's going on. So when I first got onto the market, got into the market, or woke up this morning, I should say, I was trying to figure out like where are we going? You know what I'm saying? Where are we going? And if I take a step back, you can just see this uptrend. So we're going up. You know what I'm saying? We're going up. We got a little uptrend here. We're going up. So that was one. So I'm like, okay, we're in an uptrend. We just had this massive pullback, and then we reclaimed all of it and swept the high. So I'm trying to think like, what are we going to do? What do I see in here? Yes, I see this double top pattern. I do see this. You know what I'm saying? You got your, oh bad, my bad. I saw this double top pattern we got here, like boom, boom. I saw that. You know, another thing that was sticking out to me was um was this price action down here, like all of this. Ew, ew. All of this price action down here. And you may ask why was this interesting to me, and I say because on the 1 hour, like I said, we're on the uptrend. We're going up. So with that, each of these pullbacks are like retracements. So really, in this area, if you look at this low was swept. What is the high that swept that low? So now it is. Let me just delete everything. Yep. Yeah. So you see, we come down, sweep this liquidity, and this is all in a 1 hour. And the 1 hour is kind of like my daily time frame, or like my higher time frame. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm like more of an intraday trader to a degree. So I'm looking at this sweep of liquidity, and I'm like, that's sweet. What? And then my eyes were drawn to these candles here. This became very interesting to me. Why? Because this is the high that swept this low and we closed back above it. So this kind of made this turn into a real buy model for me. So like now I'm looking at this like this. I'm like, let me draw my standard deviations. And then now I can get an accurate story of price to a degree. With this just showed me that, okay, yes, we did have a market structure shift. We've reached the -1 standard deviation. So now once you get a market structure shift, you can use that like your roadmap to wherever to wherever else price should be going to. So now this zero level right here becomes our market structure shift level. And then another thing that I realized was we also have a fair value gap within that down closed candle. Within this, we got this fair value gap here. Price tapped into it. What else did we do? We also swept liquidity. So these were all the things that I was pointing out this morning when I was getting on the chart. So I'm like, okay, we got a market structure shift here. We've already expanded to the one standard deviation. We're starting to retrace. Let me draw my fibs just to see how far we're retracing from here. Like I said, we're bullish. We're in an uptrend. We're bullish. So we wicked off the 50, and that's pretty. I don't want to say we wicked off the 50, but we reached equilibrium. And I ain't gonna say that's the furthest price has to go, but that's just minimum requirements. I feel like for me, for price to retrace back to. But usually prices are usually going to retrace back to sweep the liquidity. So this is how my charts ended up looking going into the rest of the day. So boom, this is what I'm looking at. So now with this going on, I want to see these down close candles now get closed above. That'll be the goal, I think, for the week because it'll be like, okay, now once you start to see it, we're stacking these manipulation moves, showing bullish pressure. So if we ever close it, see, we didn't close above it, we wicked above it, which was kind of like interesting to me because I'm like, okay, I know with market structure shifts, they usually either blow through this market structure shift level, and if they don't blow through it like how it did here and leave a gap, they usually return to this inversion fair value gap. The inversion fair value gap of the manipulation move is a good place that they like to. I don't want to say they like to do that, but if you see this inversion fair value gap in the manipulation move get respected, that's pretty good. That's a good sign for your reversal move to the upside or any reversal move. You see this going down, anything reversal move to the upside or the downside. So this is what we're looking at. This is nothing I was looking at it when throughout the day. So now, okay, I got my stacking bullish manipulation moves. Price has reached the one, so now I'm expecting a retracement because that's the first pit stop. We retraced, and now we're getting ready to go into the open. So with all of this information, now I drop down to the 15 minute. So now with that 15, now that I'm on the 15 minute, I find this inversion, and now I'm looking for this inversion to hold. So now I want to see a market structure shift happen within here for me to take it long, and that's what I was looking for basically throughout the day. So boom, right here, we close above this down close candle right here, and if you go on a 5 minute time frame, it'll look a little bit better. See these consecutive down close candles that sweep this liquidity here and fill in this gap over here. This would be a new. You can draw your standard deviations from here, but this would be what I was looking for. And it's only what I'm looking for now because we've now closed above it. So now that we've closed above it on the 5 minute, 15 minute, we can go on the 15 minute. Yeah. So now that we've closed above this on the 15 minute now, closed above this candle that swept the liquidity and tapped into this fair value gap here. If y'all can see this too, we tapped into that fair value gap. Bull. We wicked above it. I wonder if we respect the inversion of this. Nah. But we did come sweep the liquidity at the bottom. Though. We came to sweep the liquidity. That's what we came. We came to sweep the liquidity, and then you see we do it again. We got this down close move right here. That gets closed above. So this is just all bullish signals just stacking on top of each other. Like we got 1, 2, 3. So now since we're on the 5 minute, now I'm looking like what time are we at? It's 7:30. So now I see this gap right here form on the 15-minute. So now since we've closed above our manipulation move here and created the fair value gap, now I want to see this fair value gap get respected and us turn around. And I was thinking at least to the one of this move. This is my original TP right here. Cause my goal has been taking the smaller time frame manipulation move and taking that. This was my buy. So hold on. Let me go back down to the 1 minute. So now we're on the 1 minute. Did I already get in? No, I think I got in at like right before open. So we play around, play around, play around. Get into the fair value gap. Boom. So we get a reaction. And then we sweep the liquidity inside the fair value. What time? This is like 8:30. Yep. So now we're inside of this fair value gap. We've already swept liquidity inside of this fair value gap, and this is what I'm looking at on the 1 minute. And I think my first trade is gonna come up. And so when I saw this happen, I'm like, this is a market structure shift on the 1 minute. So now I don't know if I entered straight off or this ended up forming a fair value gap. Right. So that was my entry off of that. Once we created this fair value gap, this was my first entry. Yeah. And then my stop was beneath this low. Originally. That's what it was originally. And then we watched price, we let price play out. And see, if I would have had my standard drawn out, I probably would have closed my position here. But I didn't. Because I ended up going to I think I just ended up going to break even after we hit the 2. And now it's 8:45, 9 o'clock. We come back. I get stopped out. Boom. That was the first trade. That was the first trade. And so now I'm like, okay. I take a step back and I look at everything that I was looking at. I'm like, everything is still holding suit. Like, no, I didn't. Nothing went wrong. Like the 15-minute fair value gap was still holding. The market structure shift level, the market structure shift on the lower time frame was still holding on the 1 minute. This was still holding. So I'm like, okay. I wanted there was another fair value gap. I think I re-entered here. Trying to see the right time that I entered. What time is it? 9:24, 9:25. It was either here. I just was at my fucking executions. Yeah. I'm trying to think. It was in I it was either right after I got stopped out, I entered back somewhere in this area. But then I ended up getting out after we took out these highs. After we took out no. I think I got out after we took out these highs. Yeah. No, because I ain't even catch all of that. I think it was this high. Yeah. It was this high. Mm-hmm. But price ended up going to the, as y'all can see throughout the rest of the day, price ends up tapping off of this one and turning, and I think it tapped off of this one because we had news today. I think this was like a news driven move to come sweep everybody out. And we had news at 10 o'clock. No, 10 o'clock was the turnaround. So we came and swept all of this liquidity. Still respected this one. and turn back around. And let's just see where we're at now. So once you, it's like, bro, no flap. Being able to encapsulate these moves and knowing when these market structure shifts are happening can really give you everything you need to be able to, like, I don't want to say execute, but to be able to execute comfortably. Like, we went to the -1, dropped down, and then we went to the -2, and this is where we stopped at today. So now going into tomorrow, now I'm looking at this like, okay, remember what I said earlier? I want to see this get closed above to confirm bullish, bullish. So now we've closed above. You can get rid of all of this shit. I mean, I want to keep that, but it's not important really. I mean, it is important, but it isn't important at the same time. But because now we understand where we got our land point. So I would like to see this standard deviation play out now. So now this lets me know that we should be going to the -27, and the -2 is up here. So I kind of like this would be like my zone of interest, just connecting the twos. And we can fuck around and do this shit overnight. Got this fair value gap right here. We can fuck around and blow this bitch up overnight. No cap. No kizzy. But I do like this gap down here too. And that's another thing, like that's why this move is kinda important because it's like on the smaller time frame, now you got your roadmap as well. So this is the bigger time frame roadmap. Well, this is the big time frame roadmap. But you see how price gives you like it gives you like little footprints. Hey, we're bullish. Hey, we're bullish. Hey, we're bullish. You know what I'm saying? And if you can start reading the story from these reversals, things will get a lot. Because they give you your protected lows and highs. Like, you see how this low didn't get swept? It's protected. You know what I'm saying? Because this low is protected. You know? So now since we closed above this high, this low is protected now. And then since we closed above this high, this low is protected now. So now what I'm really looking for is probably a retest at this level or a retest at this fair value gap right here. And this is on the 15-minute. So yeah, I would like this fair value gap to get retested and then continue to the upside. Yeah. If we are going to continue upwards, that'd be what I really would want to see. Let me back out to the 1 hour. Yeah. And see, I like to have everything on my chart that matter. Liquidity. So you got the liquidity sweep. We got the market structure shift here. We swept liquidity inside of the market structure shift. Got these consecutive down close candles. That was Friday. So Monday we ended up closing above, creating this market structure shift level. That's what I'm missing. Yeah. So that'll probably be my POI for tomorrow. I want to see what we do at this market structure shift level. And another thing about like these zones, you would like to see the like you can draw your dealer's range from those, and you can get really freaky with them bitches. Like you can only want to see the upper quadrant be filled, but like no, I'm gonna just keep it halfway. Like you would like to see the halfway point of these gaps stay, you know what I'm saying, respected. So that'd be like a good place for a stop loss. Like if price was to come back into the zone, I wouldn't want to see price get below the 50 of this. You know what I'm saying? So really, stops can probably be underneath here if you looking for trades tomorrow, and even closer. Because it's like I said, do we got any news tomorrow? We got some news. Yeah, we got jolts. We got jolts. So be patient. But I think the market is telling on itself right now. Cause NQ had looked way more better. NQ had just looked way. When I mean better, as far as like it shows the higher low. You know what I'm saying? The higher high and the higher low, better. Sweep of liquidity inside of the fair value gap, market structure shift level. You can see it. And I don't think this is kind of predicting the market. I think this is just laying out all of the what's going on. Just like what I'm saying, give yourself an update on the story of like what's going on in the market right now. So this is our range. This is our fair value gap. Got a little. Let me change this to change that to that. We got the same thing, stacking market structure shifts, and you see this respected to 50 of that. So that's what we be looking for tomorrow. You can even draw your smaller fibs on this if you want to. You can drop down to a lower time frame and draw these fibs. Yeah. And why can you draw these fibs? Because remember I said this market structure shift is the roadmap. So just some sauce for y'all, boy. You feel me? Usually each time price gets to one of these standard deviation levels, the one, the two, the four. The four is the max extension. These are like pit stops. So when you reach the one, you can expect a reversal. I mean, you can expect a retracement. When you see the two, you can expect a retracement. When you get to the four, you can expect a whole full blown reversal because that's the max extension. You know what I'm saying? So I was saying right now we're at the two. So now and then like with each time we reach them, you can draw your fibs again. So like watch this. We wick off the 62. We go on the lower time frame so y'all can really see. So now, boo, delete this. Turn this bigger. Turn this black. And as you can see, we come sweep liquidity at the 62 and turn around and go to the negative 27. But price is fractal. So if you back out, you know what I'm saying? Once you reach the negative two, now you can draw your fibs from low to high because that was a smaller time frame retracement. That wasn't the whole you did. So now if you draw your fibs like this, now you can see why I like this gap right here. Well, this is on MNQ, but this gap right here. And you can even draw your fibs from that recent low that they just made, that sweep of liquidity. Draw like that. Because that'll be your new range on the 5 minute. And so now you can get real sitchy with this bit. And see, that's why I like fair value gaps but no. Below the 50 to 62. So if I was trading NQ, I'd be looking at that gap. I'd be looking at this gap. really more this gaps is this is NQ. NQ be on that bullshit. So you gotta damn near expect it to do some stupid ass shit. But let's go back to our pair that we've been trading, and it's the same thing. Draw your standard deviations, and this is even more like on the money. See, we wick off the one, had this dumbass, you feel what I'm saying, retracement, and then we go to the two. So with ES, really, this is your last low, this your last high. Extend them hold to the right. Extend them hold to the right. And you see, that's why I like this fair value gap down here. This one right here. I like this jump right here. Why do I like this so much? Because we got this liquidity right here. Matter of fact, let me do it like that. We got this liquidity right here. Liquidity right here. Liquidity right here. You know what I'm saying? And we got this market structure shift level. So I think a lot of people may think we're buying up in here. And that may be like the morning manipulation move. We come down, we settle, we wick off the 50, we do a dumbass move higher, and then around 10 o'clock, we come take everybody out who bought here, and then we go get the rest of this liquidity, and then we turn around. So that's what I'll be looking for tomorrow. Then about me throw the 62 on this bitch. And you see how the goddamn, you see how the 62 just land right on top of the bigger time frame fibs? Like, that's what I like to see. That's when everything just start lining up like that, you know you on point with the market because it's like should just be lining up. When you on side, you on side. You ain't gotta work that hard. The market will tell you where the fuck you going. The market will tell you where the fuck it is going. Promise y'all boy that. But I think that'll be it for me, you know? You know, you know, you know, you know, you know. You know? Been a great day. Another you feel me, green day on the charts. I'm not mad at it. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be trying to really just upload every time I actually get a chance to trade. You know, I still work a 9 to 5 too, so it's like it's kind of hard to trade and work at the same time and do these, but it's all a part of the work, all a part of the grind. So stay locked in, twin. Come on, let's get to it. Let's get to it.